Hey guys, welcome back to SFC Defined live at 5. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon, and I hope that you are enjoying some of it today. We do apologize for the delay. Technical difficulties do happen, and they happen to us today, so we apologize for that. So let's get into it. I don't want to, we talked all month long. We're in the third week. I believe it's the third week of us talking about You First, the series, and how it has to happen to us before it can happen outside of us. Let me say it again. It has to happen inside of us before it can happen on the outside of us. I think that's a better way of saying what I'm trying to say. As always, I appreciate you guys for your input. You guys gave me some good things. One of the things that sort of kind of troubled me this week, not troubled me, but caused me to really delve into some stuff and think was, I think it was Denise Garris that said, how do you start changing yourself? How do you go in and do some stuff? And I've really been thinking about that a whole lot because, we often make things sound a lot easier. And I really think that she said things are easier said than done sometimes. And that is so true. Over the past 7 days, I've had some conversations with some people that's really made me sit back and think about some of the stuff that we've talked about, some of the stuff that you've said, some of the stuff that I've said. And, people find it hard to believe when I say that if you want to change your life or your lifestyle, you first have to change the way you think. A lot of people are finding it hard to grasp that. They don't realize how powerful your thoughts are. A lot of people don't realize that you are a creator of your own reality. We find that hard to believe because we think that things just happen to us and we are a product of our environment. The reality is we are a product of how we think. And, you can't say that you are a product of your environment when everything is bad, when you share the same environment with other people and other people find the good in it or they thrive in it. So you have to understand that you're not just a product of your environment, that you are a product of the way you perceive your environment, which goes back to what we're talking about, you first. So that means that when you start changing your perception and you change your reality, once you change your reality, you're no longer a victim of circumstance. You are the achiever of, you are the creator of circumstance. And that I get. People are still struggling with that concept. One of the other things that I thought about this past week is the fact that you're right, Denise. I think that was you. If it wasn't you that said that things are easier said than done, forgive me. You're just gonna have to be my guinea pig today. But the thing that's easy is changing your thoughts. The things that make that hard is changing your habits and getting rid of those old beliefs that people have imposed and superimposed on you all the way back as a child. I mean, it was done to me. It was done to just about everybody. We had a parent, a teacher, a preacher, an adult, a friend that imposed their own beliefs on us. It sounded good at the time, so we in turn embraced those same beliefs. Or you had somebody that you respect enough to listen to what they have to say about you. They'll tell you that you can't do this, you can't have this, you can't be this. And that is a seed that is planted in your mind. And if you allow it to, it starts growing and it grows and grows until that belief becomes hardwired into your subconscious, into your mind. And once it is hardwired or rooted in your mind, it's really hard to break that habitual thought process that you've grown to feel like that's your normal. And that's the problem with so many of us. I can't stress it enough that once you start changing the way you think, you start changing your reality. You start changing your outcomes. You start changing your life and your lifestyle. But it has to start in your mind first. One of the other things that I've heard and read is that people see you the way you see you. So if you're in this perpetual cycle of attracting the same kind and caliber of people as it relates to friendships and relationships and acquaintances, then it's not them, it's you, because you put that same energy out there, you put that same mindset out there, and like attracts like. Whatever you are, you attract to you. It's really that simple. And I know it sounds so elementary that it sounds like it's hard to believe and hard to accept. But I promise you, once you start looking at yourself, looking at your thoughts, looking at your thought processes, you will soon discover that everything in your life you have created. You have created the negativity, the negative people around you, the people that always feel like they're the victim, those kind of folk, people that are always intimidated, all this stuff. You create that because people will see you the way you see you. It's funny how we have to, once we start changing our mindset, and I've done this and I've tried it. And once you start changing your mindset, and I think we talked some time ago about thinking up. Once you start thinking up, you think on a higher level than where you are, which means that the stronger your thoughts are on that higher level, you start attracting things into your life that match those thought processes. So that's the key. That's the thing. You think upwards, you think up higher than where you are, and your thoughts will eventually land you around the people and that creation of a new life that you are longing for. If you keep thinking where you are, you're going to always stay in that spot. The travesty is also thinking down. If you think down, you go lower and lower and lower and lower. So you've got to train your brain. You always have to be conscious of what you are thinking. And I think that was my challenge to you guys last week, is to sort of kind of be aware of what you think. And I know that could be hard, but I promise you, if you take a little pad and every time a thought, you can capture it in your mind. Wow, I'm thinking about so and so. Even when you didn't think you were thinking about it, if you can get that thought and really, it will blow your mind, because your brain, your mind, your thought processes, it never stops talking to you. Like it literally, it never stops talking to you. Your mind just chatters. It's a chatty patty. It talks and it talks and it talks and it talks. And if you don't learn how to capture those thoughts and get rid of the negative ones, hold on to the positive ones, those thoughts will continue to go downhill, 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 until you find yourself down there. You want to blame other people. You want to blame circumstances. But the reality is your environment is a product of who you are on the inside. So when you start looking at things, when you look at your finances, and you're always in want, always in lack, it's your mindset. Think up. Think, I always have plenty. I always have more. I always have, even if it doesn't look like it. You train your brain to think positive. Train your brain to think to where you want to go, to where what you want to have, who you want to be, and everything else has to. It has to fall in place. It has to happen. That's karmic law. It has to happen. And I promise you, if you try it, you will see that it's easy to start thinking. What's hard is breaking those old habits, rules or that you've adopted and accepted. You know, I tried something a few years ago, and it's really had do with the way I was thinking. So I used to be bothered with allergies, like seasonal allergies, particularly uh, they're the worst in September with ragweed. And I was reading a book, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind and Changing the Way You Think. And it said something to this effect that if this was a universal law for everybody to have allergies, then everybody would have allergies. It just would not affect certain people. It would not just affect, people that's whatever, allergic to ragweed or allergic to pollen or whatever, but it would just, everybody would suffer from it. It was talking about how you change the way you think and change the way your mind is been hardwired, because I would always say, man, September's coming, or it's pollen season. My eyes are going to start itching. My throat's going to start itching. It's going to feel like I got a cold. I would just start saying that. So I started doing something, and I started saying, you know what? I am no longer affected by ragweed. Ragweed doesn't bother me. Pollen doesn't bother me. And I promise you, like I swear to you, I have not taken an allergy pill in probably 3 or 4 years, just because I changed the way that I was thinking. I changed my perception, and I'm not bothered. Like, it doesn't bother me anymore. It just don't affect me. I used to have real bad sinus headaches. I used to have, like it would just feel like I would have the flu sometimes. It was so bad. But once I started reprogramming the way that I thought and reprogramming my thinking as it relates to seasonal allergies, it really, I promise you, it worked. You guys need to try it. If you just try it, I promise you, I don't even have any sinus or allergy pills in my house. I don't need them anymore, because I start training my mind to think differently. I was told that, you're allergic to pollen, or you're allergic to this, and you're allergic to that, and this, that, and the other. And I bought into that. So I had to break that cycle. I had to break that habit of thinking. So in order for me to have a different outcome on the outside, I had to change what was on the inside. And that's why we're talking about you first. So as a result of me changing what was on the inside, I don't have to take allergy pills anymore. I don't have to take sinus pills anymore. So, you don't have to believe me. You can try it for yourself. You can try it for yourself. And hey, Candy, it is absolutely, you do have to reprogram your mind. I'm glad Candy popped up. Candy is a trainer, like a fitness coach or whatever. And, she can attest to this. When I started working out, I had to, before I could see any results, before I could be satisfied with the way I looked, I had to reprogram my mind. It had absolutely nothing to do with my body. My body was transforming, but all I saw was a little fat guy, a little fat somebody. And no matter how much weight I lost, I still saw fat. I still saw, out of shape and all of this stuff. So once I started reprogramming, did my body begin to transform? And Candy, please chime in, and you can. I'm sure you've seen it. How people doesn't change, nothing about you change. So you have to reprogram your mind to see yourself the way you want to see yourself. So I started, I would intentionally focus on the muscle group that I was working out. I would intentionally focus on what muscle I was trying to impact on that particular day. And I started seeing so much growth. I had gone to the gym for years and didn't see anything happen. And then just in the last couple of years, I've started seeing results. But it had to change in here. It had to happen here first. And that's all I'm trying to get you to understand. Once you see yourself the way you want to be, once you see yourself having the things you want to have, once you see yourself doing the things that you want to do, that's when things on the outside changes to match what's on the inside. Because right now, where you are, it's matching what's on the inside. It's matching what's on the inside. So I assure you, if you change here first, everything on the outside changes. Candy says, so true. Nothing changes if nothing changes. And how you feel about yourself matters. Absolutely. You've got to see yourself already there. You have to see yourself already there. So Denise, I don't know if she's on here today. If she's not, I told you I really was blown away by her comment last week. So it just really made me think. So listen, I came across this book. It's by Mildred Mann. It's How to Find Your Real Self. How to Find Your Real Self by Mildred Mann. What I want you to do, and I'm going to do something for you. What I want you to do, if you go to CoreyAGraves.com, Corey, CoreyAGraves.com, and subscribe to my page, subscribe and be a subscriber, the first 10 of you guys, I'll send you a free copy of this book. It is good. It is really good. It'll help you discover and rediscover who you truly are, not who you think you are, or not who people have made you believe you are, but who you truly are. It starts here. I promise you. Mildred Mann, How to Find Your Real Self. It'll take you all of 2 minutes to go and hit that subscribe button. You can also link that to my YouTube channel and SFC, all of that stuff. So you'll be linked to all of this stuff, so you'll know what's going on. But I encourage you, try it. You know, you don't have to take my word for it. You don't have to take my word for it. All you can do is just simply try it. Can this apply to work and family issues? Absolutely. Absolutely. Think about it. You can set yourself up. You can set yourself up every morning. In your mind, you can say, I hate going to this job. I'm going to this job, and I dare anybody to say anything to me. I don't want to be here. It's going to be a rough day. It's going to be a bad day. And that's what is created. That is what's created. And people believe that if you speak it, it happens. No, if you think it, it happens as well. But if you change that thought and you say, you know what, this is going to be the best day of my life. Everything is going to flow smoothly for me at work. Everything is just going to fall in place for me today. This is going to be a stress-free day. This is going to be a day where I am able to actually positively impact other people. If other people come to me with an attitude, it doesn't mean I have to have one. I'm going to stay calm, cool, and collected. And I assure you, if you do that in here, it has to happen. It has to happen out here. I assure you, because life is about how we respond to what we create. It's nobody else's fault. You cannot be responsible for what kind of day somebody else is having, but you can be responsible for the kind of day you have. And that works with everything, with family, job, friends, spouses, everything. You create, you are the creator of your reality. You are. And it starts here. So the whole idea is getting together and realizing that you get to create the lifestyle that you desire. You have to. You want to. I subscribe, love all the books you suggested. I'm glad, Candy. We're going to get you a copy. We're going to get them sent out. Again, go to CoreyAGraves.com and subscribe. I'm going to get you a book by Mildred Mann, How to Find Your Real Self. I can assure you, it blessed me. It helped me. I know it'll help you. I simply just want you to go to CoreyAGraves.com and subscribe. So don't forget, anything that you want to see on the outside, it has to first be seen on the inside. Change your thoughts. Change your reality. That's it for me, guys, today. Thank y'all for being patient. Thank you so much for being patient with our delay in starting. Oh, Benny came on. Hey, Benny, to the person who asked about work, it was when I changed my mindset about others and changed my responses. It transformed my daily flow. Absolutely. It's all about you. It ain't about nobody else. Nobody else is responsible for how you feel, how you think. Only you. You have the power over yourself. Nobody else does. Absolutely nobody does. Jonathan Gilbreth, Morgan Nicole Gilbreth, watched it. Okay, it's so good. In addition, Benny says, my mindset with complacency helped me to take charge of my development. I am doing things career-wise I never imagined. Absolutely. It's all about, I'm telling you guys, the mind is so powerful. It is so powerful. It is so powerful. And we have yet to tap in. It has actually been scientifically proven that we only use about 20%, less than 20%, 10% of our brain's capacity. And can you imagine what life would be like if you learned how to tap into something as simple as just changing the way you think can change your lifestyle? Wow, that blows my mind, because I really have seen my finances change. I've seen my interaction with people change. I've seen so much change, like my whole outlook on life change, not by me trying to change anything on the outside, but because I started changing stuff on the inside. Jamie says, facts. What a man thinks in his heart, so is he. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, it's your thinking right here, right here. Change your thoughts, change your reality. But it starts with you first. If you want a different reality, you got to have different thoughts. If you think the same way all the time, you're going to get the same thing all the time on the outside. So change those thoughts, change your reality. All right, don't forget, go, CoreyAGraves.com and subscribe. For those of you, the first 10 of you guys to go there and subscribe, I'm going to send you this book by Mildred Mann, How to Find Your Real Self. It's a good book. You can do it. I left my 9-to-5 over a year ago, and SFC has been so instrumental in creating the life I wanted, and now I have. And I thank you, Candy. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Because once you see it, it has no choice but to happen. See it in your mind. That means you can touch it in your reality. You got to see it in your mind first. Once you see it up here, then it becomes tangible. It becomes tangible, and you can do it. If you believe it, then it will be. Absolutely, absolutely. So I challenge you guys, change those thoughts, get rid of those negative habits, those negative beliefs, anything that doesn't line up with where you want to go, where you want to be, what you want to do, what you want to have. Get rid of them and replace them with some positive thoughts. Start saying, I am going to be so-and-so. I am going to have so-and-so. I am going to achieve this. I am. And watch things start transforming. Watch things start happening in your life. All right. That's it for today. You guys have a marvelous Sunday evening. The time changed today. If you hadn't done that, you need to do that so you won't be late for work tomorrow or early. So make sure that happens and go and enjoy the rest of your evening. Talk to you next week. Stay strong, focused, confident, stay defined. Bye.